Hey, and welcome to the Winning Daily Show. We're here to try to get this back on track with the NBA tipping off tonight. We're going to get into some NBA action and some NBA soccer action so we can give you our best bets here at Greenlight Network for the day. So we're going to revamp it a little bit. We got $25,000 to make all our plays throughout the year on the NBA, college basketball, baseball, a little boxing, whatever else we might like that might come up, daily betting. This way we can integrate in our soccer, we can integrate in our basketball, and we can come to you daily with our analysis. So let's get into it. We got a couple things here. We got some afternoon soccer. We're going to start out with the EPL2 matchups here, but we're only really going to bet on one. We got a goal scorer for the other matchup, but the first matchup is Brighton versus Nottingham Forest here, and this is an interesting matchup because Brighton has been on a little bit of a down streak here since they got off to a nice little window there. Hot start with Graham Potter. Graham Potter left. They continued that hot start here with a nice 3-3 win versus Liverpool. That 5-2 win over Leicester City, and since then they lost 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur, where they probably outplayed Tottenham there for the first half, but Tottenham found that goal. And then last week versus Brentford, they were just not on point. So is that something more to come, or will they refine their momentum here? Nottingham Forest is always a team to find your momentum. Last week, Nottingham Forest lost to Wolves over the weekend, 1-0. Terrible game. You knew that was going to be a terrible game, but Wolves back on track. They had the 1-1 draw with Villa, and they got beat 4-0 by Leicester City, the only team Leicester City has been able to find. So can Nottingham Forest, who brought in all those players over the deadline, finally find their thing? I think this is a game where we finally get some scoring, out of Nottingham Forest. They brought in guys up front to try to get some scoring. They haven't been able to do it. They got one goal only versus Aston Villa, and if you watch Aston Villa play, they haven't been able to get anything. Shutout versus Wolves, shutout versus Leicester, the only team to do that. But if you look at them in the couple games before, versus their championship counterparts who just moved up in Fulham and Bournemouth, they got 2 goals each in those. I look for that trend to continue here. So Brighton, they go there, they get a goal. I look for Brighton to easily get 1 or 2 goals here versus Nottingham Forest. So we aren't going to make a pick. We're going to go Brighton, Nottingham Forest, both to score. That's even money at minus 105. We're going to put $125 on that for the day. Next up, that Wolves Crystal Palace game. Over the weekend, Crystal Palace looked really, really bad. Wolves have looked really, really bad all season long. I look for Crystal Palace to get back on track a little bit here today, and I think they will. So let's go with Eberiche Ebize, anytime goal scorer, plus 555. Why are we taking that midfielder to get a goal? If you look a couple games back, these two teams have played head-to-head. Eze got a goal. He's been real aggressive here versus Wolves. I think he can sneak one in there, so I like that underdog pick, plus 550 for Eze to anytime goal scorer versus Wolves. You might want to stick a little bit on Crystal Palace if you're thinking about it. I do think they find themselves back on track here at home. Wolves got the win over the weekend. They'll relax a little bit. They still have the weird coaching situation where they fired their coach and then still haven't hired anybody 2 weeks later. So good planning there. Maybe they can find one this week and then get back on track. Wolves are also still down a lot of their frontline guys. So I look for Eze, see if he can get a goal like he did versus these two head-to-head couple matchups go. So Eze, anytime goal scorer, plus 550. Now we're going to go to the Football League, the championship. Swansea City, Reading are playing each other. Both sitting right there in the sort of upper tier, mid-pack of the table here. Reading 2 points off, those playoff spots, and Swansea City about 3 points off those playoff spots. So 22, 21 points apiece. Swansea City's been on a really, really good run up until this weekend where they got just burned by Burnley 4-0. But Burnley, top of the table right now. You know that's going to be hard to go to. Before that, Swansea had won 4 in a row and really, really had played well. But they pretty much scored in each one of these games. 2-1, 1-2, 2-3. They did have the 3-0 shutout versus Hull City, but I look for them to give up goals here versus Reading, who's also been, after a really hot start, on a little bit of a down run. 1-1 versus Norwich City, nothing wrong there. But went to Queen's Park Rangers, lost 2-1 there, and then shut out at home over the weekend to West Brom. I look for them to get back on the scoring track. So I think Swansea City's a little bit better of a team here. Certainly of late, if you've watched Reading play, as they've sort of come back to earth after a nice hot start. So I really like the play of Swansea City to win, both teams to score, plus 333 for Swansea City. So we'll see if Swansea City can get back on track after a nice hot start. Lost this weekend at Burnley, but I look for them back at home here to get back on track. Should be a nice shootout of a game. Swansea City plus 333, win, both teams to score. All right, let's get into the NBA action. Tip-off today. We'll have a lot more action tomorrow when the full slate of NBA action goes. But let's start out with a one straight bet of the overall games we have. We're going to take the Philadelphia 76ers plus the 3 versus the Boston Celtics. I look for Philly to get out to a hot start. You know I'm big on Philly this year. The NBA preview and future show will be out later tonight. We got that recorded. We're getting it produced right now, so we're going to have our futures plays. You'll find out in that how big I am on the Philadelphia 76ers. I think they could be the top seed here in the East. Boston's had a lot of trouble. I look for Philly to come out with a hot start, and I just like that plus 3. I know it's going to be difficult at Boston, but I think Philly comes out. I might even think about making a little bit of play on the money line, but we're going to pull back, take those 3 points. Philadelphia 76ers plus 3 versus Boston Celtics. That's our biggest play of the day, 250 on the Philadelphia 76ers plus 3. We got a handful of player props that we're going to hit. We're going to hit James Harden big tonight. We think James comes out, puts on a show to try to prove everybody wrong that he's ready to take this seriously. I don't really care what he does in the regular season. Let's see what he does in the playoffs, but we're going to take advantage of it right here. So we're going to start out James Harden over 2.5 threes at plus 150. James Harden points, rebounds, and assists over 33.5 at minus 115. And James Harden first basket at plus 1,000. So 10-1 on that one, $25 on the first basket. James Harden points, rebounds, and assists over 33.5 at minus 115. We have 62.50 on that one. And James Harden over 2.5 threes at plus 150. Really think that's a good price. I love that pick today. James Harden over 2.5 threes, plus 150, 125 on that one. And then lastly, we're going to get Joel Embiid involved here. His points props, his rebounds props, his double-double props were just all stacked too high. If you were looking at anything, I'd look at the under of those. But with Robert Williams out and the Celtics having center problems, I really just wouldn't touch those. Too high to go over, but probably a little too scary to go under. But we are going to go Joel Embiid over 2.5 blocks plus steals. So I think he's able to get a couple blocks here. You know the Celtics are prone to turnovers, so look for him to get a steal or two as well. Over 2.5 blocks and steal for Joel Embiid, plus 145. I think you're getting a good price there. 62.50 on that one. Not a lot on the Lakers-Warriors game. I just don't have a great feel on it. Have a couple parlays in that one, but that's about it. But we're going to go first quarter under. Lakers-Warriors, 54.5. You know the Lakers are going to be focused defensively, certainly, or early with Darvin Ham. You're going to have the ring ceremony, so I think everything's just going to come out a bit slow in that first quarter. I think you ride that 54.5 on that under. So first quarter under, Lakers Warriors 54.5, 62.50 on that. All right, let's get into our parlays and teasers. We got a couple here. We're going same game parlay plus 600 with 3 picks here. We're doing an alternate line on the Sixers minus 3.5. We're going Maxey 20 plus points and Harden over 7.5 assists, 37.50 on that. So same game parlay 600. We're switching that alt line. We're flipping it. From 3 to the Celtics to 3 to the Sixers here, minus 3.5. Maxey 20 plus points. Harden over 7.5 assists. We're doing a 2-leg parlay plus 336. James Harden, Anthony Davis, double. Both of them got to get a double. I really like this one. I think there's pretty good value. You get a little bit extra value here than the normal 2-leg parlay. So I like that. I think both these will hit their double numbers here. I think that'll be pretty easy. Look for James to get the assist totals pretty high here. Look for Davis to easily cross that in rebounds, and surely should be able to cross it in points. So 2-leg parlay plus 336. Harden Davis double 37.50 on that one. And lastly, we're going to do a same game parlay plus 775. 4 legs in this one. We're going LeBron James over 7.5 assists. James 6 plus rebounds. Davis 1 plus steal. Davis 2 plus blocks. So we're crossing the territory here. I think James comes out. You might just want to take the James over assist total overall because I think he'll be looking to pass it around here early. Certainly get Davis involved, get some of the new pieces involved, see what they got there. So I like this one. We'll see if Davis can get the 2 blocks. That's the one probably to be looking at there. He'll need at least 2 blocks to get this one, but I think the 6 rebounds, I think the 7.5 steals, assist, and the 1 steal probably locked up. We'll see if we could get that 2 plus blocks in that same game parlay to cover that 775. I got 25 on that one. All right, those are the best bets for the day. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss winning daily, as we're back every day that we can be on the air and there's enough games to bet on. If there's not enough games to bet on, be sure to follow us on Twitter, and we'll have our daily plays on there as well. Like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, the NBA preview is coming out. It's dropping later tonight. We're going to have all our futures on the Eastern Conference, the Western Conference. We're going to have our NBA League Pass rankings. You don't want to miss that 3-part preview series for the NBA. We're going to have our NFL recap show. Interesting week in the NFL. Don't want to miss that. Dynamite David will be around tomorrow for our college football picks and preview of the weekend. Big shakedown in college football this weekend. And then, of course, on Friday, we'll have our NFL picks and previews. Don't miss any of the action. Like and subscribe. That's our show, and we're out.